Welcome to round one. We are playing against Chili Wrangler. It's like a fine hand. So wrong the draw. I'll keep it. Mountain Astrolabe. Could be a Swan stack. Could be anything really. Alright. Drew an opt. Could estuary and try to like curve out. I kind of like trying to curve here. Forgot to change up my basic land selection, so it'll just be random basics. Should have fixed that because I imported the deck. Alright, I don't think I want an island here. This figure is okay. I don't really want to expose the Guild Mage, although if it dies, it does bring me closer to Tassiger. This is not like the worst thing ever. I'll just play Temple for now. Opt gets me closer to Tassiger. I think I'm in for it. Aggressive Chain Lightning to the Dome. We have this Erebos' intervention. I'm pretty tempted to just deploy the Guild Mage. I mean, they'll probably just kill it, but Tassiger seems kind of fine against them. I don't want to do it into open mana though. I'd rather make them waste mana on their turn. Like, have them tap out before I deploy it, and then have to deal with it on their turn, rather than giving them like a mana efficient play. Alright. It's kind of good for me that they're doing this. I mean, obviously unless I die. I will bottom the swamp. I think I'm going to cycle this and play Tassiger next turn. Yeah. Ooh, we could transmute for... I think I'm gonna play my Guild Mage with Mana Leak up and see what happens. Alright, they'll probably take a mana, so I'm just gonna Mana Leak it. I mean, they'll probably take like a Tassiger or a Muddle or something. I can kill my Guild Mage now, but that's fine. I get to play Tassiger. I'm gonna play Tassiger with Muddle up, which is not too bad. Is there any advantage to leaving any of this in my graveyard? I guess for the next cruise, it's pretty good. I guess I get to activate Tassiger though if I delve everything. I think I'm gonna do that. Just gonna do that and leave Tassiger activation up. Glorybringer. It doesn't kill Tassiger. And I actually sort of have an answer to that. Alright, that's fine. If I draw a land, I have an answer to it. I could also Slaughter Pact it. Let's do this, and then Slaughter Pact it. Ponder and Muddle. Tassiger plan looking pretty good right now. Second Glorybringer, it's pretty good. We sort of have that covered now though. Neutralize. Wish I had another land here, then I could do Erebos with Muddle up. I guess I can. I could do is like disfigure and leave a muddle. Let's pass and see what they do. Alright, I'm just gonna. Alright, they do get to take a muddle or neutralize or something. They took my neutralize. Chain lightning to the dome. Is that their fourth chain lightning? Okay. They've dealt me 12 damage with chain lightnings. Interesting. I'll transmute this into a guild mage. I'm gonna play the mindcrank. Get in for 4. Oh no, I milled a Kenra. I mean, if they play Kenra, they're dead though, so. I guess I should have played it post-combat. The mindcrank. Alright, Erebos seems good against them. They have Kenras, so Flaying Tendrils I don't mind. Does Yehenis do much? I guess Remove Soul is really good against Glorybringer. Guess we'll want this guy. Don't mind trimming. I guess Vendetta. Vendetta has targets. Vendetta's pretty good against Glorybringer. You take 4 damage if I kill it though, but. Look at the repeal. I trim a mind crank. I trim a neutralize. So I have a 3-mana spell here. I don't know if Tendrils is good or not. They have a lot of big creatures. They showed me. Maybe it's not good. I'll try it like this. Sand seems good. Maybe I don't want to be as heavy on disfigures and easy praise either. This cycles, so it's pretty low opportunity cost. This figure's fine against Kenra, I guess, if they have a Kenra here. Yeah. Go ahead and disfigure that one. So do I jam the Guild Mage and make them kill it? Nah, I'll just hold up Cycle, Easy Prey, Mana Leak. Very good at drawing my one task here in the matchup where it's relevant. Astrolabe is fine. I guess I'll just Mana Leak this, because alright, we pass. I'd like to find my 4th land here, of course. Alright, it's a pretty easy neutralize on that one. Temple of Deceit, huh? Okay, so we'll do that. Opt. I'm gonna bottom and opt. Tasigur. They can't glory bringer me now. Alright, if they 2-for-1 themselves on this Tasigur, that's fine by me. Alright, I think we just hold up. Yeah, I'm gonna hold up Factor Fiction. And just one card. They do have Lava Claw Reaches, which is a little scary. Card that does die pretty nicely to Disfigure, so that's a point in favor of keeping Disfigure in the deck. This is a Glorybringer. I think we FOF here, so in case we hit Slaughter Pact or... Alright, I guess I will Factor Fiction in response to that one. They do get to take my best card, which is kind of a bummer. We would have actually hit the Slaughter Pact if they Glorybringer me. How come I have like... I imported this deck, and I have like 3 different art opts in here? What is this? Why does it... So I have the Pirate, I don't know why Magic Online does this when you import decks. I mean, I'm just taking all the gas here. It's pretty easy to do that. I mean, they can take my Guildmage with the Remorse, but... Easy Parade does take out the Lava Claw. Also, because it doesn't specify. Like sometimes like Abrupt Decay or something. Yeah, they did take my Guildmage, so... It's going to be sort of hard to combo them. I think they were supposed to get in for 2 with the Lava Claw here. It's a mindcrank. Probably want that. I'll play the mindcrank. Play a Choke Estuary and pass. Astrolabe's fine. They should be attacking with Lava Claw Reaches. I don't really want to cycle anything because I like both my answers. Alright, Ponder is a nice pickup. There's a Muddle. Think about this for a sec. So... Do I want this other Ponder is what I'm thinking about? So if I transmute... They just conceded. Okay. I mean, I was going to find the combo, but they weren't really dead. Alright. Well, see you guys for round 2. Alright, here we are for round number 2. Playing against Merpatty. Sand doesn't really have blue mana, so I think I have to mulligan it. Sand seems good. Double Ponder, Slaughter Pact, Mana Leak. I'll bought an island. We'll draw more lands off our Ponders. Kind of want to shuffle those. It doesn't seem... Looking for a black source. I mean, opt. We could opt, keep the mind... Like, we could opt, bottom of this figure, keep the mindcrank. It's kind of reasonable, but I think I'm just going to shuffle. Alright. Didn't really want that one, but it's fine. Factory, Memnite. Springleaf Drum. Sure. Double mana leak. Sure. Ponder again. Try to find a black source. There's a mindcrank and a swamp. Those are both good. Oh, I guess I should have. I guess I don't want to mindcrank this turn. Oh, we're not dying that quickly to what they have on board. Okay. Interestingly, not activating factory. Definitely mana leaking that guy. For a mind crank here. I think we deploy it for mana efficiency. Cool part is because we have Slaughter Pact, if we draw the Guild Mage, we can just instantly kill. So we have to draw a Guild Mage now. We do have Temple of Deceit on top. Wishes, do I want that? I probably want it because I need to play Guild Mage plus activate it on the same turn, so I really need a 5th land. This could be a Master of Ethereum. That type of thing. Let's see what it is. Plating. Yeah, probably mana leak that one too, huh? Activating Factory gets in for an extra point. So no reason not to do that. Could Slaughter Pact the Factory. It's not the craziest thing ever. But I don't think I want to do that yet. I guess I'll Temple first. I could opt first. And for a 3rd mana leak. Just looking for a Guild Mage at this point, I think. I'll main phase the opt. Alright, there's the Guild Mage. I'm just gonna pass now. If they have a plating, I'm not dead, I don't think. Well, I guess they have Slaughter Pact, so I'm not dead no matter what, but... Okay. Alright, I guess we have Infernal Reckonings in our sideboard for this reason. Kinda want most of these aggro cards. These anti-aggro cards. I'm gonna take out the neutralizes. I'm gonna trim a cruise. I guess we want the serpent. What about the remove soul too, probably, huh? I can also see cutting mana leaks. I think I'm gonna cut muddles. And then just seems a little slow in this matchup. I'll trim a leak because I have a lot of other cheap interaction now. Repeal's interesting. Doesn't seem too bad. I do like the early interaction, but losing life can be a liability, and we brought in a lot of other interaction. Infernal Reckoning is kind of funny against Cradle Plating. It kind of like time walks them and kills a creature. Yikes. Sure. I mean, I guess if they have an artifact removal spell, I'll be sad, but I need a second black source here, huh? Perfect. Alright, well, Flame Tendrils lines up really well against this board currently. Would love to draw a black source, or really anything. I'm just going to main phase this opt. I'm going to bottom that one. I guess that means we will never really draw Lockmere Serpent this game because we don't have any shuffles. I guess Ponder shuffles. So whoever shuffle off a Ponder. Yep. Alright, they're coming in. I'm gonna mana leak this, I think. Just to use my mana. I guess it does die to the Flame Tendril, so maybe that was wrong. It does save me 2 life though. I also want to start fueling my treasure cruise. This is why I don't love having too many mana leaks in this matchup, especially on the draw. We might just be dead to. We're gonna get to the part where we're just dead to factories, even if we get to cast the sweeper. Also worth pointing out that some number of our black sources are going to be tapped. I guess we do still have an island in hand, so. Alright, we're dead next turn. Okay. Could mana leak that, but. Alright. Well, now we get to do this with leak up, which is honestly not even that bad. We're still dead in 2 turns now. So if we draw the mage, what happens? We can live if we draw the mage. Okay, now we can't. This is awkward. Because we have to block the factory, and they can pump the factory. I think we're dead if they play properly. I'm just thinking if I had cruised for 4, would I have any outs? But I don't think so. I think if they play this right, I guess we're not just dead because we get to chump for a turn. We could draw something. Yep. Yep. Oh, I guess this works too. I was thinking they would pump the factory, but let's get some info on the way out. Alright, that was a little awkward. We drew a lot of islands, like we drew a lot of lands and almost all of them were islands, which kind of sucked, but we got pretty close. Like if we had drawn 1 turn sooner, I think we could have won that game, because I guess we couldn't really because they have Mishra's Factory to block. So we did need another card to win there. So we weren't really that close, but kind of close. Yeah, this seems good. We'll shuffle those. It's a lot of lands. All right, I'm gonna try to mana leak something that isn't a creature here. And I'm also going to try to save this figure for Mishra's Factory. So hopefully they just go land, fire up factory, swing for 3 to play around Mana Lake, and then we get to disfigure the factory. That would be nice. Okay, they're not going to do that. Master of Ethereum. I think Mana Leak, I think Yahenni's is too risky. Like it might end up being too slow on that one. I guess it would kill most of their artifact creatures, so maybe that's not a good line, but I'm going to ponder. I will take another ponder. I'll take the 3rd ponder. So I get to cast that off Yahenni's next turn. If I choose to cast Yahenni's. I guess I can cast mindcrank off the Yahenni's next turn. Yep. There's another master. Plating. Yep. Sure. Alright, I think I can't afford to disfigure the Memnite here. Gotta take my beats. Oh, I left opt on top like a fool. Alright, we'll fire this off. Cast the ponder. I like all these. Sure. No problemo. Problem is, do I have to cast this figure this turn? I could also cast my guild mage. Then I have an attacker. I think that's better. They can leave a factory, but this is close. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Alright, them tapping out is probably good for me. Maybe. I guess if it's master, it's not great for me. We have Lockmere Serpent on top. I need to find an untapped land to be able to activate and... Alright, let's bottom the Serpent. I don't think the Serpent's going to be relevant this game. Alright, there's an untapped land, so that one's fine. They can 6 me. It's pretty good. Do they have like Stubborn Denial or something? Or, oh, is their last card... Is their last card Rebuke? Their last card's Rebuke, I'm in trouble, I guess. Oh no, they can't cast Rebuke. Because they have to tap that for mana, so I'm fine. Their last card is Stubborn Denial, I'm in trouble. Alright. We'll be back for round 3. Welcome to round 3 with mindcrank. We're playing against Dat Rubino. We won the die roll. This is probably a mulligan. No cantrips, really clunky hand. Kind of tempted to go to 5 here, but I guess we have land drops, so I'll keep it. We have both colors of mana. We have crudes to refuel. Hopefully we just rip a bunch of cantrips and start churning through our deck. This could obviously go very wrong, but I think it's like a 50% hand. Like, if I mulligan to 5, I'm like 50% to improve, so... Battlefield Forge, pass, could be cycling. If I don't have a lot going on, I'm kind of tempted to just jam the Guild Mage here. I think I'm going to do that. I guess they could Mana Tithe me if they really are cycling. I'll play our Mana Tithe. I mean, they might also just have Lightning Rift or something. If it is cycling, this matchup's terrible, by the way. It didn't cycle anything, so it's probably not cycling. Oh, okay, it is cycling. Perfection. Alright, they're gonna kill my guild mage if I deploy it. So let's gain me 2 life. So I think the way to win this is make my way up to 7 mana. I guess I don't have any feed the swarms in my 75, huh? That seems like a kind of a mess here. And hopefully they just play a creature. Okay, they don't even play a creature. Interesting. Ponder. Alright, I'm gonna hold a Thoth this turn. If their clock is slow, we could conceivably get up to 7 mana and crank plus guild mage them all in one turn. It's gonna be tough to do that though. I mean, I guess we don't have to get to 7 mana if we get up to, because we can play crank first. They don't really, unless they have main deck shredded sails, they're not gonna be able to get rid of the crank. That one's fine. I'll just Thoth in response. Okay, mindcrank is there. I'm gonna put the crank versus everything else. I don't want to take everything else if they do that. I guess I sort of have to take the crank. I guess I have cruise, so I'm definitely taking this pile now. Rescuer is fine. This is toughness, right? Yeah. That lends up pretty well against the Rescuer. Alright, they're going to cycle, which means they miss a Lightning Rift trigger, but... Alright, Passiger. Let's try to find an untapped black source. Alright, I'm going to shuffle that. It's not a black source. I'll play a... Let's Vendetta this guy. Play a mindcrank and pass. To find an untapped black source. We get a lot of looks at it though, because we can Thoth into cruise. We're not under an immense amount of pressure yet. So if we just rip an untapped black source, we kind of just win also. That's an opt. I'm gonna... Not sure what the best sequencing here is. So we could opt into cruise, and that leaves up a lot of more mana. It's a lot more mana efficient. I think I'm going to do that. Alright, Island. We're kind of looking for a black source. I think I bottom it. It's kind of greedy, but you just see a bunch more cards here. Alright, Choked Estuary. We could play out a first guild mage as bait. We also ponder. What are we pondering for? Sorry, had to sneeze. Ponder for another land so we can reveal it to the estuary. Those aren't lands. Alright, do your worst. I don't think there's like a sequence that kills us here. Seems very unlikely to me. I guess it's really hard for us to win though, because the card will already be in the graveyard by the time they cycle, so it's like we need like a removal spell for this. I guess we could transmute the muddle for something. Play out the first Guild Mage as like a bait. Another choked estuary. I think I'm gonna play out the Guild Mage. I probably was supposed to activate Guild Mage proactively. I'm gonna do it on their upkeep because I get... Okay, I don't think they understand how this works. Which is kind of a shame. Like, they can win here pretty easily, I think. Well, guess we were sort of close to drawing a Slaughter Pact. I don't think that, I kind of hate taking wins like that, like, they just don't really understand the interaction very well. Maybe I'm the one who's not understanding it. It's always a possibility. What don't I like against cycling? Repeal is pretty nice against Fox. I wish I'd feed the Swarms for Lightning Rift. That would be quite good. Miscast is like okay. You gotta find 4 cuts. Cruise, a Mana Leak, a Neutralize, and I don't know if the game's played out in such a way that Nihilist Spellbomb is actually good, but we'll find out. I mean, this has the combo, sort of. I guess I'll keep it. This hand doesn't seem very good, but... So one of the things about playing Penny Dreadful is that, you know, there's a lot of people who are not, like, super competitive, which is totally understandable and fine. You know, it's like a budget format. It attracts people who come from, you know, Magic from all sorts of different places, and you know, who may not have played a ton of competitive-ish Magic. So, you know, if you play tight, you can pick up some wins you shouldn't normally pick up in these leagues, because I mean, they're like free to enter and all that, and I mean, and you know, I'm not trying to be condescending in any way. I make a lot of mistakes when I play as well. Certainly. So, But yeah, sometimes my point is sometimes the games don't play out the way they should because people miss stuff. And that happens in Magic all the time in general, but it happens more when people are, newer to the game or aren't used to the decks they're playing or aren't used to the matchups or don't know the interactions of the cards. So, which happens more in Penny Dreadful because it's a more casual format intrinsically based on how it's made and how low the barrier to entry is. So, we kind of need a black source to get going here. Sure. I have Shredded Sails. Hide. We could just muddle this. I kind of like that. I'd like to draw a black source still, though. Just another hide. Shredded Sails. Okay. I mean, this is okay for us because they're not applying pressure. We could actually go on the Tassiger plan pretty quickly here. Might actually be better in this matchup than trying to mind crank them. Alright, let's try to find a black source. Very powerful opt will find it for us. It does, kind of. Kind of tempted to just cycle this neutralize and get us closer to the cards we want to cast. Although, we could also kill this Draenei Stinger with Erebos' intervention. That also seems appealing. Temple of Deceit. We could also jam the Tassiger. See what's on top here. The Choke Destroyer. I'm going to bottom that because if it was untapped, I would consider it more. I think what I'm going to do is tap out for Tassiger. I guess I should have tapped one more mana and left a card because of the cruise. Oh, I guess this plays around Mana Tithe though, which is pretty wicked. I thought they had Mana Tithe in their deck post-board if they're bringing in artifact removal spells. We could, so the nice thing about holding this is that it kind of can soft counter a Zenith Flare by exiling a bunch of stuff from their graveyard. But we probably have to get rid of this Draenei Stinger pretty soon, huh? I guess we are just dead to Flare now, because they can cycle and put us to 9, and then they have 9 cards of cycling in their graveyard. They let us untap, and they have the Flare. Should I attack? It's tough. I don't think I can yet. Interesting. So they are going to flare me here. So I can exile exactly 8 cards from their graveyard. Oh, I guess they only have a flare for 7. This makes subsequent flares bad too. So this is slightly better, I think, than why didn't they cycle first? Alright, we may still just die to this Draenei Stinger, unfortunately, it appears. Interesting. They left up 2 mana, so they're missing 2 cyclers. Slaughter Pact is not too bad. I'm just gonna fire it off now. I guess I'll opt Heartless Act. I'm gonna bottom that. This is fine. Another land, huh? I'll bottom a land. I don't want to tap out for Duskmantle Guildmage because I don't want to keep up neutralized for their next flare here. So the opponent has made a few mistakes. Obviously the concession in game 1, and then failing to main phase the Zenith Flare. And the reason I bring this up is not to disparage my opponent. The reason I bring it up is because this aggroslide deck is very good, and the stats are kind of skewed because people make mistakes with it a lot. So, and that's true for basically every deck, but basically like what am I trying to say? The dominance of this deck is a combination of the champion of the deck and the strength of the deck. Other decks don't necessarily have that. Some decks have champions, but the deck itself is not intrinsically that strong, and some decks are intrinsically strong but don't have champions. And this deck has both. And the play skill gap makes itself apparent when other people play this deck. I'm going to attack here. I don't think I win by sitting back. And then I plan on sort of chumping with my Guildmage here. Let's see what they do. The nice thing about chumping with the Guildmage is that it puts another card in my graveyard for Treasure Cruise. If they have another flare, of course, I'm in trouble. They might be holding some artifact removal spells. That would be good for me if they had just a couple more hides in hand. Hide and seeks. That would be pretty nice. Did I bring in the Serpent? I did not. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to in this matchup. Maybe if they're bringing in a bunch of artifact removal, maybe I am supposed to. It's tough to grind them out because they always draw the card that you don't have the answer to because all their deck cycles, so they always find the one that you can't answer. Be it Zenith Flare or Lightning Rift or a Flourishing Fox or a Valiant Rescuer. They always have that one card that's the one that's the straw that breaks the camel's back, so to speak. I might have considered playing out that Rescuer if I were them, although that's not, I wouldn't say that's a mistake on their part. It's pretty unclear to me also what the correct line is. Okay, they're leaving the Fox back, which must be good for me because if I draw a Mindcrank, I think I'm just going to swing out here now. So they can cycle. And the player loses 1 life. Interesting. Should I just activate this, and then if they cycle, they lose a bunch of life? It's kinda... They can cycle at most 3 cards. Makes this a 6/6, and then I bring it back down to a 4/4. I'm going to activate this again on their upkeep. Kind of suspected they had something like that in their hand. Alright, this is good for me because now Zenith Flare is sort of off the table. Fortunately, this fox is going to be huge. I guess I can't really attack with it here. Interesting. Okay. I guess I can. I guess I have Flare online. Opt. Interesting. Is there anything I can draw? See, mindcrank doesn't do anything. I guess I could draw something that answers the fox or the flare. If I play my guild mage, I can still opt. Alright. Factor fiction. I don't think I want that. Mana leak. It's probably not very good. Alright, should I activate the guild mage on the upkeep again is the question. Probably do. Yep. If they hit a flare here, I'm dead. I guess if they hit, okay, it resolved. So I was going to say if they hit fight for blood, but that doesn't, or go for blood, but that doesn't actually work because it's a sorcery and it goes to the graveyard. Interesting. So they have a creature. I guess if they, no, they can't have drawn flare, or they would have won. I guess I could have drawn flare for their draw step. Sure. All right. Well, we won that one. I think that second game, okay, so the first game I think they should not have conceded. The second game they made some mistakes, which are understandable mistakes. And I would say that, without sounding too big-headed, I would say they were outplayed in game two a little bit. In game one, they just didn't understand the interaction, which I don't love winning like that. I think it's kind of like not really realistic. Like if they understood the interaction, they would not have conceded. But so yeah, we'll be back for round three. All right, welcome for round four. It looks like the same person just queued into me. They did drop their league that they were playing before. We prefer not to play against aggroslide twice in one league. I don't prefer not to play against aggroslide at all, but we'll see what happens. This hand's a little slow on the draw against aggroslide. I'll keep it though. If we draw a land, it's pretty good. Got some early interaction for an early fox, I guess. Alright, they are on aggroslide again. There's the fox. Maybe they learned the error in their ways. I really don't understand the point of dropping a league and then immediately re-registering with the exact same deck. Like, I understand, dropping a league and then if you're bored of a deck or like making changes to your deck. Now, presumably they could have made changes to their cycling deck, but somehow don't think so. I'd love to draw a land here. Alright, I'm just going to proactively disfigure a fox here. Sure. We have a lot of removal. Alright. Sometimes you just get mana screwed. They're gonna get to untap. Mana leak A. Alright, we're gonna easy prey. I guess we can easy prey at instant speed. I'm just gonna vendetta this guy now. And easy prey at instant speed. I guess we could even slaughter pact. Pull up mana leak and slaughter pact. Mana leak a lightning rift if it comes down. I guess we're already kind of dead, huh? I could play around the flare here by slaughter pacting the fox instead, but then okay. Not sure why they're doing that now. Alright, we have a couple turns to live. Don't think we really have outs at this point because, well, now we definitely don't. Oh, there's a mindcrank. Maybe their hand is all lands. Seems unlikely considering they played some tap lands here. Alright, all I need to do is cycle a card and shock me for 2. Alright, you got it. GG's. Alright, so what did we do last time? Brought in spell bombs. I like the intervention last time, it was pretty good. I didn't bring in the serpent last time, but I kind of want to. They're going to bring in a bunch of artifact removal. We do need a disfigure for an early fox, but it does kind of also, sometimes on the draw especially, can be a little slow. Alright, we'll try this. I'll keep this. It has Tassiger and Guildmage. Tassiger is how I won previously. We can repeal an early Fox and then Heartless Act it on the way back down, potentially. I guess Heartless Act is not very good against Fox, but... yeah, again, it's not really very fun to, like, drop a league after one loss and then re-register immediately the exact same deck and immediately queue into the same person again, but, you know, can't really stop it. I guess it happens on the MTGO leagues too sometimes, although it's pretty rare. Alright, if I draw lands for the rest of the game, cantrips and lands, I might actually be alright here. Hopefully they play a Fox and I can repeal it, cycle this repeal. I guess if they play a Lightning Rift, we can repeal it next turn. It's not the worst thing either. Sure. Interesting. Alright, Spellbomb's not exactly what I wanted to see, but... I could Shredded Sail with my Spellbomb here, because I don't even have black mana. Stinger is fine. And if, oops, I meant to repeal that Fox. I will just do it now. Alright, rewarded. I'm going to Heartless Act this before it gets any value, and then I'll Vendetta the Fox probably. Yeah. What's this intervention, huh? We could just play... I'm just gonna Vendetta the Fox and pass. Okay, they didn't cycle anything in response. It's kind of interesting. Okay, they just didn't for some reason. Missed a point of damage there. I've auto-yielded to Footfall Crater, so that was a lot of value, a lot of auto-yield value out of that one. If they try to hide my Nihil Spellbomb, I'm going to crack it in response, I think. Another Island. Not the greatest, but... we could just play out a Guildmage or Tassiger. So the Tassiger. Hide my Spellbomb. Does deny me a card, but it also got rid of one of his cards, so I'm still kind of sort of at parity here. I have another way to clear out the graveyard. So I'm not too worried about a flare here. Rift is a little more annoying, but at least Tassiger is kind of hard for Rift to take out. So is Lochmere Serpent if we draw a untapped land. None of these are lands. We could try to go for the combo though. Kind of interesting. We could also take. We could take Muddle and then activate Tassiger. It's kind of an interesting idea. I think I'm gonna shuffle this figure. Let's go in for 4, hold up Tassiger activation and Erebos' intervention. Sure. Let's see, they can cycle twice if I disfigure. I think I'm still gonna try it. So they cycle twice, it's like 2 rift activations down. Alright. Mana leak. Kinda wish I had a land. It's interesting that they played the Fox and cycled the Rescuer. I feel like that is a little suspect. Decisions. Second Rift, eh? Okay. Alright. Do lands. They'll probably give me the Disfigure, I'd imagine. Yeah. Sure. Right, that's a Serpent. So we have to live like one more turn here. I guess they don't have enough mana to really pull this off, I don't think. Be a 9. Need a, yeah, I don't think they have quite enough mana to do this. Need a 9, cycle a thing, put me to, I think they could put me to 1. Well, I guess a 2 mana cycler kind of means that they definitely don't have enough mana here. A flare would make things interesting because it would gain them life. Still enough to kill me though, and it costs a lot of mana. Sure. I'm gonna go after Tassiger. That's also fine. Oh, they went after Tassiger once? Weird. Okay. So they changed their mind halfway through, possibly? Three mana up. Doesn't represent anything I care about. This is the downside of playing with a very known list, is that like, I know exactly like 4 mana represents Flare, but 3 mana doesn't really represent anything, so. Okay, well you kept Mana Tithe in your deck, that's kind of interesting. Muddle the Mixture. Now I get to exile a bunch of cards from the graveyard. I think I'd do that. Oh, I shouldn't have exiled Mana Tithe, that was a mistake. I don't know if they should be doing that either. They have to actually kill the Tasigur now? Maybe like blue-black control is actually not bad against cycling. I mean, they're not playing the tightest, so I shouldn't take too much of a... but it feels like just playing blue-black control is... because they haven't made like an obscene amount of mistakes. They have 3 cards with cycling in their graveyard. I guess I'll just... I could just... let me think. There's 1 card left. Alright. I guess this is kind of goes badly if they cycle 1 card in response, so just mana leak. Okay. Feels like I never really combo them, huh, when I win. On the draw, almost like Flame. No, Flame Tendrils is not good because the way they've been playing is they keep cycling their Valiant Rescuers. So, I guess maybe I want to Disfigure on the draw. It's pretty hard to do turn 1 untap Black Source, and the Fox can get bigger than Disfigure, but I don't know. Try it like this. Stand seems pretty great. Don't have an answer to a Fox if they cycle immediately, I guess. Could die to that one. I'm gonna ponder here, try to set up my next couple draws. I kind of want those. Play a Lightning Rift, don't cycle a bunch of cards. Perfect. Just gonna Heartless Act the Fox here. Sure. I kind of wish I had my Flame Tendrils now, huh? Okay. So now what? I'll play my... So next turn I can... I'm gonna play my Temple. Repeal. On the bottom of the Repeal. Kind of want to try to mindcrank, cheese them with mindcrank. See what they do here. I only have 3 mindcranks in my deck, unfortunately. Did I cut a muddle? I think I did cut a muddle. I did not. I should have. Do I trade this off for a Stinger because I don't have the mindcrank rolled up? I almost feel like I should, because this just dies to a Lightning Rift. Alright, let's do it. They're missing land drops. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with my decision now. Let's disfigure this guy. Play out a Nihil Spellbomb and pass. Hopefully they just play Lightning Rift and I get to mana leak it. That would be pretty cool. That guy I'm also going to mana leak. Alright, we're out of cards now. Guild Mage, okay. I'm going to bottom that one. Kind of tempting to crack this proactively. They don't have 4th land yet, so I can't really get punished too much, but it's Rift, Rescuer, okay. And it's not good for me, but I kind of want to crack my spell bomb now. I think I will, because I'm looking for mindcrank. Mana leak. Disfigure is nice. I think I'll just upkeep, activate this guy. Just to like make their turn a little bit more painful. I'll probably play something, but alright, that one I'm definitely going to say no to. Sure. Okay. Secondly, Shredded Sails is a little suspect. I've got the Guild Mage on board. Maybe they have more Shredded Sails. It's kind of tempting to trade. But I just win if I draw Mindcrank. I think I take it and just hope to draw Mindcrank. Mindcrank off the top. It's close. Model. Can't quite. Next. I guess I have Mana Leak up, so I can cycle 4 cards. Hit me for 2. Could play Tassiger. It's too slow. I think it's too slow. You could shuffle and try to hit the muddle. These are good cards though. I mean, try to hit the crank. The other thing is maybe they just don't, like maybe they don't have 4 cyclers, you know? Like 4 1-mana cyclers, I mean. Then I'm fine. I guess they can also have a combination of like land and that. It's tough. Because I also have to like transmute this turn to do it, and then it kind of telegraphs what I'm doing. So then they might not. They might hold up an artifact removal spell or whatever. I could also transmute Muddle for like Easy Prey or something, if I haven't already played that, and kill the Stinger. That can't be a good line though. I think Tasigur is too late here to stabilize. Like, if I play Tasigur, they just cycle 4 cards, I go to 2. Next turn, I'm gonna transmute Muddle, hold up Mana Leak. Should I attack? Probably not. See what they do. Alright, do you got the cyclers? Cool. You did it. Alright, we'll be back for round 4. Playing as Arctic Puffin. And a 1 lander, but it has 2 cantrips on the draw. I think I'm going to keep it. Baron go. Baron gamers. Blood Chief Ascension. Okay. Blood Chief Ascension is also a combo with Mindcrank, I think. Once it's turned on, that is. Alright, Ponder. Alright, we found an island. I think we're going to opt that treasure cruise to the bottom, though. So we already have Tasigur. Ah, we're playing against a discard strategy. I kind of want to keep that treasure cruise. Okay, I will show you Slaughter Pact, Muddle to make sure, and Mana Leak, I guess. I'm going to keep the treasure cruise. I guess I'll opt. Oh, I put the treasure cruise underneath the Guildmage. That was perfect then. Why am I so good? I guess I'll try to opt for a land here. Mindcrank. I think I'm gonna bottom the Mindcrank. Yikes. I think it's kind of hard. Like, I mean, I guess there's not really like if they just duress me, it's really bad to keep the Mindcrank. But I really want to make my land drops. Okay. I'll go ahead and discard Mana Leak, I guess. No, I guess Slaughter Pact is dead. Probably mono black. Alright, so now we can play Tasigur for 1 mana and hold up Mana Leak if we draw an untapped land. We did not. I think I'm just gonna ping that dude for 1. I'd like to play Tassiger with Mana Leak up in case they have a removal spell. Alright, that one we're gonna let resolve. Show him Guildmage, Mana Leak, Mana Leak. I want to keep my card advantage spells. I could have showed Fact or Fiction, but I think against this type of strategy, like, I really want to kill this thing because I don't want to put a counter on the Blood Chief's Ascension. I guess it lost 2 or more life, so it wouldn't actually trigger it, but I'm still gonna do that. Some point, someday I'm gonna draw a land. Alright, we'll Treasure Cruise. Alright, there's a land. 2 more cruises, huh? I mean, I guess Fact or Fiction is gonna fill our graveyard back up, so at least there's that. Nature's Factory is a nice one, although we do have Disfigure, so we kind of have that angle covered. I'll have to draw another land here. It's not a land. Alright, we'll just discard that to hand size, because I suspect they don't have any. I guess they have Mishra's Factory. Could Vendetta that one. I guess the original list had higher. We lost a game against Cycling to Mana Screw. We're kind of getting Mana Screw here, although we're still very much in this game. Have to reveal 1 card and discard it. You got it. The old Myers Toll Baron Moore Mishra's Factory deck. Alright, so we'll Mana Leak that. Second Factory. Now I regret throwing away my Vendetta. Alright, this is going to work out pretty well for me, though. This figure has been really good. This figure's a nice one. Wow, second FOF, eh? We'll do it like this. Let's leave a card in the graveyard. I think against Affinity, the combo was really good. I suspect that this deck is actually just, that if you just played blue-black control, you could have a similar result. I haven't really comboed that much. So just playing like a blue-black control deck. Should I leave back the Tassiger to block the Factory? I think that's probably correct at this stage of the game, because I don't want to put counters on each of these, because they have a lot of these. Burglar Rat. Alright, I'm going to respond with Fact or Fiction, so I have more information about what I want to discard. I sort of want the Duskmantle Guildmage, but I also want the card quantity here. Alright, we'll pick this pile. Neutralize or mana leak into the bin, that's the question. We'll throw away the mana leak. It's starting to lose its ability to be relevant here. They've got a lot of extra, like a lot of the stuff they're going to top deck is going to play through mana leak. Alright, that's pretty nice. Now I can play a Guild Mage with Neutralize up. Pretty close to casting another Treasure Cruise here. Factory does block Guild Mage somewhat successfully. Alright. I'll play the mindcrank and pass, I think. I guess I can block. Oh no, I just win, right? Because I can attack with Tasigur. Alright. On to game number 2. Looks like we're playing against mono black discard control. Probably don't want to start targeting on black creature, although it can kill the factories, which isn't nothing, but I'll bring in this. I don't love duress in this matchup, but it's probably okay. We'll keep in a disfigure to deal with a random factory. I guess Erebos Intervention is maybe a little better for dealing with random Mishra's factories. In fact, disfigure is a little loose. If they have multiple factories, it becomes pretty bad. So maybe Easy Prey is just better because it also cycles in the event that they don't have present a target in the time being. So yeah, we'll try it like that. They could have random extraction effects, so I don't mind the Serpent. Serpent's just a good card, so good cards are better in these interactive matchups, like just playing generic good cards. Opponent taking their time. So I've been trying to play a league with each of these decks. No, ignore this one. I'm gonna brew a Roffalos ramp deck at some point. I haven't had a chance to do it yet. So I 5-0'd with a Is It Blitz deck. I got 4 with Heroic, and now I'm on Mindcrank. I was gonna record videos for each of these, but I just haven't had the time. So I'll just regale you with the results, I suppose. This hand's pretty good. I'll keep it. Don't really want to mulligan in a discard matchup anyway. If I have lands and spells. Lands that cast my spells, I'll be fine. Also have double opt, it's not bad to get some velocity going. Okay. This card's pretty scary on turn 1. It's a terrible top deck though. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna bin a redundant mindcrank. How many quest counters does this thing need? 2 or more, but I need no cards in hand. Kind of rough playing this type of deck without him in a format with Treasure Cruise. It's like I kind of felt like when him was in the format that Treasure Cruise kind of like mitigated him a lot, and it feels like right, we've assembled the combo without black mana. We can hold up the model. It's not the craziest thing. I think I'd rather just ponder though. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna shuffle that. All right, there's a swamp. We'll duress them here. Feed the Swarm and Bloodchief's Thirst. I'll take the Thirst, I guess. Another rat. I guess we'll get rid of the muddle. Kind of tough at this point. Maybe I should have kept muddle to counter their Feed the Swarm from my Gust Mantle. But we can potentially do it all at once if they don't have anything. Tassiger is pretty good. Put that on top. Put that on top. That's really good against the quest. They can feed the Swarm to Tassiger. Would be annoying, but not the end of the world. Yep. I guess it's actually good for them because we're going to combo them, so their life is a pretty big resource they can just use here. No problemo. I think I'm going to repeal the quest and just play out the crank here. If they have like a mind rot here, could be in trouble. Yep. Yep. All right, they do get a trigger here. This needs 2 quest counters, right? 3. It's a little rough. It's a little rough to make that card work, I guess. We're looking to draw, I don't know, ponder. Okay, now they're in trouble. All right, looks like we got this one. All right, finished 4-1. See you all for the wrap up. All right, the wrap up deck tech here for the mindcrank deck. Overall, I liked the deck. It felt really good. We did lose to cycling. That was the only loss. We also beat cycling, and the same person immediately dropped their league and then requeued into us with the same deck, so it happens sometimes. I think cycling is supposed to be a bad matchup, and it felt pretty bad on paper, but I felt like the match we lost, we got mana screwed in one game, and the other game was really close. So I actually don't think it's hopeless. I would look to add some Feed the Swarm to the 75, but I'm not really sure what I would want to cut for that. It did feel like at times, like I could have just been playing a blue-black control deck, and it would have been a similar result. The combo didn't really matter. Like you could just cut these cards, play more draw spells and interaction, win cons, like main deck some serpents, and you would have very similar percentage points. Let's look at the. I guess maybe it's actually better because this even shows the deck list. So we beat Rakdos midrange, an affinity deck, a cycling deck, lost to a cycling deck, and beat like a mono black control deck. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all. Thanks for watching, everyone.